going to take the group as nuts and bolts of creating a business, and then we're going to give them those tips and traps of the industry and merge them together.
Absolutely. And I think that in addition to that, we're taking non-industry, so that entrepreneur side, the business side, and bringing in the industry-specific scenarios.
Right.
You know, the stuff that, the detail that most people probably wouldn't know about. Not
And
just
all
planners,
the opportunity,
suppliers.
too. There's so many different opportunities within the meetings industry, from supplier to buyer to, and what did you call it earlier? The spire? No.
Oh, supplier. Supplanner.
Supplanner. The supplanner.
Supplanner. I think the discussion that's going to go on with the actual planning and the doing and the interaction between the students, between us, I think it's just going to be exciting, because it's going to be hard, fast, and we're going to have to do a lot in a short period of time and keep them moving. Their heads are going to be spinning, but it's going to be amazing.
But I love that it's going to be casual. We're
Yes.
sitting in the round in the morning,
Yeah.
we're having a conversation about all of this subject matter, and then after lunch, it's that hard and fast from group to group to group, where they're going to learn about the marketing plan, the business plan, pricing structures, and budget.
Budget,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Budgets for your business. It's a growth process. You know, you're growing to learn the things that you're really, really good at, and the things that you need to farm out to other people in order for you to be able to keep going and moving in the right direction. So,
Absolutely. We all
it's a
have
learning
skill
process.
sets that are different.
That are different.
And that's something that the students are all going to discover too. Where are
Right.
their strengths, and what do they need to let
Exactly,
go
to
of,
supplement.
so they can make money.
But after analyzing that, they're going to write their own description, what type of business, what business structure, what professional services do they need to outsource because they're not strengths. I mean,
Right.
this is going to, they will be leaving with a full package of, here's your roadmap, how to start and be on your way. Should you choose?
Personalized by them.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
each one of them are going to write their own based on what they got out of the class.
Yeah.
I realize there's a cost to them coming for this, and what they're going to take away. My God, they'll save one income tax check.
I was just going to say, a working investment compared to the financial headache of starting your business with a business card. I think it's even valuable to somebody who hasn't decided if this is for them.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because imagine if you quit your full-time job to start a business and realize that, oh, I have to be the accountant, the lawyer, you know,
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
sales,
Insurance agent.
marketing, the insurance agent. So I think seeing all those components and finding out whether this is a realistic option for
It
you.
may be something they really don't want to do.
Right.
This is the beginning of the networking, because again, you know, one of the things that I talk about in other classes is that you really need to make the connection with the people that are in your class now,
Yes.
because they will become your best resource.
Yes.
Lifelong.
And unbelievable, you know, I tell them often, if you have a great idea, you don't know whether you want to go up, down, around, how to do it, you know, call up some folks who are not sitting in the same building that you're sitting in, the same office that you're sitting in, and bounce it against the wall and say,
Yeah.
okay, what do you think? Does this make sense? Will it fly? Will it not fly?
We talk about associations and
Right.
what those memberships can do for you and how to access people and how to get the most exposure. So sales, marketing, it all comes in there, as well as
Absolutely.
not just the nuts and bolts, but
Isn't
the,
that how we all met, through an association?
through an
Oh,
association.
yeah. Absolutely.
That's the truth.
And volunteering.
Yeah,
A lot of
absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff we do that we don't get paid for, but you get a reward.
Absolutely.
for
You get what you
it.
give.
Exactly.
How to figure out how much you're worth.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Pricing.
Yes.
We're going to be
Pricing
doing
is huge.
a whole
As to
item
how
on
you
pricing.
price your services and your
Right.
time, because that's what you've got. You've got a finite amount of time to work with, and you've got to figure out how to maximize that time. And you have to decide whether this client that you're going after is worth your time.
Plus the competition's out there. So you're trying to figure out how's your competition pricing themselves.
Yeah, you've got to be
So-
priced
Yeah, and
competitively.
well, and they don't in the independent planning world. Nobody talks about that.
Right.
Nobody
Now-
tells another planner what they're
Right.
charging or what's
Exactly.
So it's a really hard
It's a
thing to
really
figure
difficult
out.
thing.
Absolutely. Making sure that your clients understand you've got to be above the board. So if
Right.
they see the value, no hidden fees.
Right. Well, I feel like this is almost like a super inside scoop because it's all this stuff we had, or for me, I had a hard time. I learned trial by fire here because it was, the ethical side of it. Nobody really sits you down and says, okay, these are there's tips and traps with all of that. What's considered okay, and I think we're providing an opportunity for people to really save a lot of time.